Ever wondered who the wealthiest schemers and criminals in history are? From masterminds of financial scams to mafia moguls, these figures amassed unimaginable fortunes through cunning, deceit, and ambition. Let's dive into the lives of history's richest outlaws and uncover their rise to fortune and their ultimate downfalls. Dennis Kozlowski, a former CEO of Tyco International, rose from humble beginnings to the heights of corporate power. But his lavish lifestyle, complete with multi-million-dollar homes, luxury yachts, and a $6,000 shower curtain, was secretly funded by company coffers. Kozlowski embezzled millions for personal indulgences, siphoning off corporate funds for extravagant parties, and even a $2 million birthday bash in Sardinia. In 2002, his empire came crashing down when he was convicted of stealing millions from Tyco shareholders. Sentenced to 8 to 25 years in prison, Kozlowski went from a net worth of $600 million to near financial ruin. Today, he lives a modest life, a far cry from his days of unchecked luxury. Known as the mob's accountant, Meyer Lansky was a financial mastermind who helped the Mafia build a fortune. Lansky managed illicit gambling empires, laundered money, and developed a sophisticated system to hide the Mafia's earnings. Despite his genius for financial crimes, authorities could never pin a major charge on him. When Lansky passed away in 1983, his reported net worth was just $57,000. However, the FBI suspected he had hidden away over $300 million, equivalent to $771 million today. His story remains a legendary tale of cunning and untraceable wealth. Frank Costello, often called the Prime Minister of the Underworld, was a major player in the American Mafia. Partnering with Lucky Luciano, Costello built an empire through gambling, bootlegging, and racketeering. His slot machine operation alone brought in millions. After surviving an assassination attempt in 1957, Costello retired peacefully, a rarity in the mob world. At his death in 1973, his net worth was estimated at around $1 billion when adjusted for inflation, cementing his legacy as one of the wealthiest mobsters in history. Leona Helmsley earned her nickname for her ruthless business tactics and lavish lifestyle. A real estate mogul, she famously declared, "Only the little people pay taxes," while evading taxes herself using fake invoices and financial schemes. At her peak, her empire was worth $5 billion. Helmsley's downfall came when she was convicted of tax evasion and sentenced to 16 years in prison, though she served only 19 months. Even after her release, her legacy as one of history's richest and most controversial figures endures. Known as the boss of all bosses in the Russian Mafia, Semyon Mogilevich is a shadowy figure with an empire built on fraud, weapons trafficking, and money laundering. His criminal network spans over 300 associates, making him one of the most powerful figures in organized crime. Despite being wanted by the FBI with a $5 million bounty on his head, Mogilevich reportedly lives freely in Moscow. His fortune is estimated at $10 billion, making him one of the wealthiest criminals alive today. Bernie Madoff orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauding investors of $65 billion. Promising consistent high returns, Madoff used funds from new investors to pay off old ones, creating the illusion of success. For decades, his scam went undetected, allowing him to live a life of luxury. When the scheme collapsed in 2008, Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison. At the peak of his empire, his fraudulent fortune was worth $17 billion, making him one of history's most infamous financial criminals. These outlaws remind us that crime may pay, but only temporarily. From corporate corruption to organized crime, their stories are a mix of genius, greed, and inevitable downfall. While their wealth dazzled the world, their legacies serve as warnings about the high cost of deception. If you enjoy the history, like Gary, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.